Guys, what's up? What's happening? I want to talk to you about usage in the Browns offense. Last year, only used motion 37% of the time. That was 31st in the NFL in motion usage. This year, 1 week in, 70%. That's third most in the NFL this week. That's a huge increase. Why are they doing it? Popular thing they like to do in this game, as this is a third quarter play coming out, right? We're like I said, we've established what we're liking to do. In the Browns in this game, we're taking running backs out of wide alignments and empty, and then motioning them into the backfield, either here or obviously sometimes on the other side. And then they were taking this motion, putting them into the backfield, helping us unfoil coverage a little bit here. And in this one in particular, anytime we brought him into the backfield, they're running some kind of route, right? He was running maybe a flat route. He was running maybe a swing route. He could be running that little Texas route. There's pretty good indicators by this point in the game that this is the stuff we like to run, right? We believe, whenever the Browns are bringing a guy in the backfield, he's running a route. This is not, anything new to the Bengals defense. We get an undercover look here. So we get a look that tells us man coverage, right? 29 is pointing out and communicating down at the bottom of the screen. Now, these two are communicating who has who between these two and their bunch alignment. You're going to see Logan Wilson flip sides to get into a better position because we're now bumping the chain. Everybody's moving down, and the corner is going to have the most outside guy. If he releases inside, he's taking him. It's man coverage just with some rules. But the Browns do a pretty fun thing here. They decide to make it all look like maybe it's like one of their popular mesh concepts with a rail route from the back behind it. But no, we're going to run a tight end screen here. And boy, this would have been a big one if at this moment it's caught. At this moment right here, where Logan Wilson just barely gets a hand on it, if it gets caught, you don't really have many people looking, right? This is getting taken care of right there. 90's going to try to catch him, but he ain't getting to him. So it's Geno Stone coming downhill, and this corner adjusting, maybe getting there. But boy, that would have been a big play. A great scheme, and I like the wrinkle off of that motion that has been a strong pass indicator for the Browns, okay? Now, they also had been using a lot of what's called cheat and exit motion. Exit motion is when you're aligned inside. So if this one, if Phantom was aligned here, he would be exiting and getting set outside. If he's going inside, we like to call that cheat motion. So watch here as he'll go inside. Okay, what does it tell us? Since they did not move a safety outside or a linebacker outside on the tight end, it was a corner. All right, we got a bunch of zone indicators here, right? Even though this looks like it could be man based on this alignment up top, right? This could be man, but everything over here is telling me zone. Everything's telling me zone. So when you're coming off this play action, look, I know I got two concepts, right? I got my, deep curl, and then I got an over route that's going to be from the backside working left to right. Now, ideally, if Jeudy doesn't get, as you'll see here, kind of rerouted inside, we'd like this to be a little bit more in this range, a little wider to help with spacing. But it ultimately doesn't matter because we know the quarterback knows based on the coverage look that we were getting pre-snap, we were going to get zone, and that's where our void would be, right? And if he was a little wider, maybe outside the numbers, you can see how Cedric Tillman's opportunity to come open would have been a little bit cleaner. But again, nonetheless, you have the motion gives you almost like answers to the test. You don't necessarily know what specific zone coverage or man coverage it's going to be, but you are like getting like a 50-50. Remember the old Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're getting you're cutting out half of what